Loading.
And
Okay, we're live.
okay, good morning. This is Senator Justin Reedy, and we are starting the our Carroll County delegation meeting today. We really just have one item on the agenda, and in case, unless there's any new business that we can get to after the one item, let's start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. And because last time we had a weird echo, I'd like Josh Stanko, Delegate Stanko, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance if he can. Let's go. Here we go.
Eric's got the flag. I
There
pledge
we go.
allegiance to the flag,
Flag
the
of
United
the
States
United
of
States of
America,
America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Maybe we'll get that right. If maybe we all supposed to mute except one. I don't know, but that's good. Well, good morning. We are. We may not need to have another meeting, except for I did want to make a note, and Delegate Tomlinson and I have not had a chance to talk about this. Congressman Olszewski had reached out about being a part of a delegation meeting. Unfortunately, his staff reached out yesterday and he couldn't do this morning. So we might want to convene. We may end up convening a meeting or a time for us to have him. I appreciated that he reached out. We obviously want to be receptive to hearing from our federal representatives, and so we'll try to schedule something for the future. And also maybe we may have one or two other issues that come up, so we may need to have probably one more meeting. We'll keep everybody posted, and we'll keep the public posted on that.
Hey,
so let's
Senator Reedy.
Yes, Delegate Stocko.
Could I propose, because then it's time in office and I know it's where we're going to get questions. Could I propose that we try to get that meeting done on President's Day before the District 5 meeting night? Because I know we're going to get those questions and it'll be enough time that I feel like he'll have had the capacity that they'll want updates and we'll be able to talk to him about that specific issue.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's look into that. We'll confirm it. But that's a good idea. That Monday may be a little busy.
Maybe it's the Friday before.
But yeah. Oh, you mean yeah. Let's look at it. That's a good idea. It'll give us some time to get ready. That's good. We'll probably plan for that. We'll take a look at the schedule and everything. That's a good idea. All right. Well, let's just move right in. And I'm running the meeting today because I know Delegate Tomlinson wants to present the bill that we talked about last week, dealing with the appointments for school board. And that's really the only bill we have on the agenda for a potential vote today. Delegate Tomlinson, do you want to go ahead and present it again and give any other insights that you've picked up in the last week?
Yeah. So we had a brief discussion on the bill 2 weeks ago. So the bill as drafted, what it does is it puts the if in the case that there's a vacancy on the school board, the county commissioners would choose they would choose the individual that would fill the vacancy. Currently, the way as the law reads, which is it's very interesting. Every county is every county is slightly different from one another in the statute. But the way that the current law reads is the governor makes the appointment. And I did a bunch of research on this, and so not counting Baltimore City, only because Baltimore City has no elected school board members. All of them are appointed. So not counting Baltimore City, you're left with 23 counties. 14 of them have it set up where their county commissioners or their county council or their county executive, in other words, their county leaders, select they fill the school board vacancy. That's 14. After that, you've got the governor who picks the replacement, and there's 6 counties, including Carroll County currently, that's set up that way. And then the final one is the school board. The remaining school board members pick, and that's 3 of them. So school board members fill the vacancy with 3. The governor fills the vacancy 6, and then the county leaders fill it with 14. So all we're trying to do here is just put the power back, or put the put the ability to fill the vacancy back with our county leaders. It's a local control issue, nothing more than that.
Thank you for the explanation. Delegate Boucher has his hand up. Go ahead, Del.
Thank you, Chair Reedy. I think this is an absolutely fantastic bill, and I want to applaud my colleague, Delegate Tomlinson, for doing the research on this and also being responsive to the needs of our constituents who put input on this. The whole theme of our autonomy on this is paramount, and I applaud it. And I think it's all set very well for our constituents. So I'm in full support of this measure. Thank you very much to all my colleagues for bringing this forward.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments. And Delegate Rose has her hand up.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, and thanks, Chris, for doing all the research. And I know you and I have talked about this. This is the plan that was closest to, was it Calvert or Charles County? Very similar.
We mirrored, yeah, after Calvert County.
Okay, great.
Yeah, like I said, 14 counties already have it set up where it's the county leadership that fills the vacancy.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Motion to move the bill.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned by Delegate Stanco, seconded by Delegate Boucher. I'll just do an all in favor. If everybody wants to unmute, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Okay, so it passes. We will be introducing that bill, dropping it, I guess, either today or Monday, and it'll get a hearing. And then that's the next step of the process for anybody in the public that's watching or the press is it will go to a committee hearing, and I'll see which committee it gets assigned to. I assume in the Senate it'll be assigned to EE, Education, Energy, and Environment, and in the House I'm not sure, but we'll find out and be sure that that'll be a public hearing before the General Assembly. Well, with that, is there any new business? There may be a couple of local issues to brief everybody on in the future. There's some different things that are kind of come to mind in Delegate Tomlinson's attention, but it's not fully baked yet. So we don't want to just drop like little bits of information, but just a couple of locally related issues and concerns. So maybe the next time we have our meeting with the Congressman Olszewski, we can have him on and then go through anything that's needed perhaps for some delegation activity.
I had one brief thing.
Oh, yes, go, Delegate Rose. Yes, go ahead.
And I apologize because I've been out sick so much. I didn't have a chance to sit down with you guys and the commissioners. I know I've talked to Chris and I believe you about it. And I did talk briefly with Kenny Kyler and he briefed Commissioner Rothstein. So as you know, we've had the saga of the pizza oven and the health department and for like 5 years, which I think is finally over with. And so it's really more clarifying language. Delegate Krebs brought it to me, and it basically does say in Comar that they serve as the Board of Health, and we want to empower them to serve confidently as the Board of Health because of the various issues that have come up with the health department and some of the rogue things they've done over the past couple of years. And so I don't know if we want to make that a delegation bill. I did request it under my name. But I just wanted to throw that out there, and I'm happy to chat with anybody offline. And again, I'm sorry I haven't been here the last couple of Wednesdays when I did plan to bring it up, in person, but I don't know.
Is your bill Delegate Rose, is your bill a statewide bill, or is it only applicable to Carroll County?
I think they have it drafted as statewide. I don't have the blue back
Okay.
yet, so I will double check that. In my feverish state, everything's a little bit of, I'm trying to get caught up, so I apologize.
No, that's fine. I mean, what we could do is get the blue back. We could decide if it's a statewide bill, we could submit a delegation letter of support for it.
Okay.
Or if it needs to be a county bill and we need to amend it, we could vote to accept that. Or not, depending on what the members want to do. But yeah, why don't we that might be an additional thing we need to bring up the next time we meet. But
Okay.
I mean, you could drop the bill, obviously, whether we approve it or not, and then we could figure out, what we want to do to be supportive of it. I do think, in my opinion, speaking just for myself, I think it is in Comar, but clarity in the law is never a bad thing. Sometimes folks don't really know. They get into a position and they're not quite sure what it means to be, for example, the Board of Health, or there's other things I can think of in other roles. So,
And
I
know the DLS,
Good.
of course, will do some research on it. I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Because it may be that several years ago, right after COVID, Delegate Pena Melnick put in that bill strengthening the state control part of the boards of health with some of the hiring and firing, but mine goes a little bit deeper into standard operating procedures, the requirement for annual reviews that are available to the public, transparency, and things of that nature. So I'll keep you all posted. And I appreciate you, listening, and, we can certainly continue to talk about that issue.
Yeah, if it does turn out the way, I mean, we can do whatever we want, but if it is a Carroll County's specific bill, I definitely would like for it to be a delegation bill. I think that would be appropriate.
Okay, and we can just change that after the fact, I believe. Correct, Justin?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we could amend it to be delegation only.
Okay.
So why don't we plan then, since we're discussing it here, everybody can give it some thought, but why don't we plan for that to be something you could go ahead and drop the bill and that, anyway.
Okay.
And then we could plan to codify the need. If we need to amend it to be specifically a county bill, we could go ahead and get it started, and then we could have a vote on whether we wanted to do that or not the next time we meet. So
Okay, and when I do get the blue back, I'll forward it to all of you to review.
Okay. No, that's great. I see thumbs up. That's good. All right. Great. Is there anything else for the good of the order?
I just wanted to chime in. I appreciate Delegate Rose for taking initiative on this reform, because I think it's imperative that we look back over what we experienced, and that's, I believe, precisely what she's doing, and put it in the focus where we are now and how we can ensure that we have a smoother operation in the future of these measures. So anyway, I just want to compliment her for doing it. Thank you very much.
No, it's good. I think sometimes there are things that need to be more spelled out and more clear, so that the people involved and the public knows kind of where the where the buck stops and who's working for who. So that's good. Okay, well, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Well,
all right, everybody take your vitamin C and your zinc.
Yes. Stay healthy, everybody.
Yes.
All right. Have a good weekend.
All right. You
All
guys
well.
too.
Thank you.